Imagine planting crops just once and harvesting food for years to come. That's the power of perennial crops, low-maintenance plants that return season after season. Here are 9 perennial crops every gardener should know. Number 1. Asparagus. Plant it once and it can produce tender spears for 20 years or more. Number 2. Rhubarb. Next up is rhubarb, a true garden workhorse. This incredibly hardy perennial thrives in cooler climates, typically USDA zones 3 through 8, because it requires a winter chill period to produce its signature stalks. Once established, a single plant can remain productive for a decade or more. For best results, plant rhubarb crowns in early spring. Give them plenty of space to spread out, about 3 to 4 feet apart, in a spot that gets full sun. They are heavy feeders and love rich, well-drained soil, so be sure to amend your planting hole generously with compost or well-rotted manure. During the growing season, keep the soil consistently moist. In the first year, it's crucial to resist the temptation to harvest. Let the plant focus all its energy on developing a strong root system. From the second year on, you can harvest the tart, flavorful stalks from spring into early summer. To harvest, grab a stalk near the base and give it a firm pull and twist. Avoid cutting, as this can invite rot. And a critical reminder, only the stalks are edible. The large, triangular leaves contain high levels of oxalic acid and are toxic, so be sure to compost them and keep them away from the kitchen. Rhubarb is famously used in desserts like pies, crumbles, and jams, where its tartness provides a perfect counterpoint to sweet flavors. Number 3. Jerusalem artichokes, also known as sunchokes. Don't let the name fool you. They aren't related to artichokes and have no connection to Jerusalem. They are actually the edible tuber of a native North American sunflower species. These root crops are famously easy to grow and spread with incredible vigor. In fact, they can be quite invasive, so it's wise to plant them in a contained bed or a large pot unless you want them taking over your garden. Simply plant the knobby tubers a few inches deep in the spring. They aren't picky about soil and are quite drought-tolerant once established. The real prize, however, is underground. You can start harvesting the tubers in late fall, after the first frost has sweetened them. You can even leave them in the ground and dig them up as needed throughout the winter. They provide nutty potato-like tubers year after year. When raw, they have a crisp texture like a water chestnut, and when cooked, they become tender with a slightly sweet, nutty flavor. They're delicious roasted, pureed into soups, or even thinly sliced into salads. Number 4. Perennial onions. Egyptian walking onions and Welsh onions keep multiplying, giving you greens and bulbs without replanting. Number 5. Sorrel. A tangy leafy green that reappears early in spring, even before spinach. Number 6. Sea kale. A nutrient-rich vegetable once prized in old cottage gardens, now making a comeback. Number 7. Chives. Hardy and flavorful, chives return reliably, and their flowers attract pollinators. Number 8. Berries. Raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries are perennial treasures that keep producing for years with little care. And number 9, fruit trees. Apples, pears, plums, or peaches. Once established, they can feed generations. The secret to success with perennials is patience. In a world that often prizes immediate results, the perennial garden teaches a different rhythm, asking us to shift our perspective from the short-term gains of annuals to the long-term investment of a plant that becomes a lasting member of our garden family. Gardeners have a saying for this establishment period. The first year they sleep, the second they creep, and the third they leap. During that first sleeping year, it might seem like not much is happening above ground, but beneath the surface, the real work is being done. The plant is dedicating all its energy to developing a deep, robust root system, anchoring itself and tapping into the deeper resources of the soil. In the second creeping year, with its foundation secure, the plant begins to expand. You'll see more foliage, a wider spread, and perhaps the first tentative flowers or a small harvest. Then comes the third year, the leap. This is the moment of payoff, when the plant, now fully mature, explodes with vigorous growth and the dependable, generous harvests you've been waiting for. This initial investment of patience pays dividends for years. Perennials largely eliminate the annual cycle of tilling and replanting. Once established, your job shifts from constant labor to occasional maintenance, freeing up time to simply enjoy the space you've co-created. But the benefits run much deeper. Perennials are master soil builders. Their permanent, extensive root systems create a stable underground architecture, improving water infiltration and preventing erosion. As roots naturally die back, they add valuable organic matter deep into the soil profile, feeding the complex web of life, the bacteria, fungi, and earthworms that are the foundation of a healthy garden. They transform simple dirt into a living ecosystem. Ultimately, a perennial-based garden becomes a resilient, self-regulating system, providing consistent food and habitat for pollinators and beneficial insects. You're not just growing food, you're cultivating a legacy of abundance and ecological health. Plant them once, and you're building a legacy garden. But what does that truly mean? It's more than just saving yourself the work of tilling and sowing each spring. It's a profound shift in your relationship with the land. You're moving from a system of extraction to one of regeneration. You are creating a permanent living tapestry that weaves itself into the local ecosystem. This garden becomes a sanctuary, not just for you, but for the countless bees, butterflies, and beneficial insects that will call it home. It's a long-term investment in the health of your soil, which will grow richer and more alive with each passing year, a foundation of fertility for generations to come. So, instead of starting from scratch, you are cultivating a resilient, self-sufficient system. The 9 perennials we've explored today are your foundational pillars. From the nutrient-mining roots of comfrey enriching the earth, to the steadfast stalks of asparagus pushing through the cool spring soil, each plant plays a vital role. You're establishing a food forest in miniature, where layers of growth work in harmony. This is gardening as stewardship. It's about observing, learning, and gently guiding a system that largely takes care of itself, rewarding you with an abundance that deepens over time. The harvest isn't just food, it's the satisfaction of knowing you've created something enduring. If this vision of a permanent, productive garden resonates with you, then your journey is just beginning. This is the very heart of our mission here at Soil Story. We believe that the future is perennial, and it all starts with the ground beneath our feet. Subscribing isn't just about getting more tips, it's about joining a community of growers, thinkers, and earth carers dedicated to regenerative practices. We go deeper, exploring the intricate web of life in the soil, offering step-by-step guides for designing your own food forests, and sharing timeless wisdom for creating gardens that give back more than they take. We'll introduce you to even more perennial powerhouses and show you how to create a truly closed-loop system in your own backyard. Join us. Subscribe to Soil Story, and let's learn together how to cultivate a legacy of abundance. Let's build a world where our gardens don't just feed us, but heal the planet, one patch of soil at a time.